Okay. Well, first off, congratulations on a job well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How exciting was it to be part of Harry Potter?
Well, you can't describe that with words. It's more than, very extremely mega hyper exciting. So
Now, here's a young man who is at school and just kind of stumbled into this role. How did you feel when you found out that you were going to play Viktor Krum?
well, at first I was okay, good. I got a part in a film, but then once I understood what was actually being part of Harry Potter and being in the biggest film in the world, I was like,
When you got to set the very first day, what was that like for you? I mean, you're a young man who's never acted before, really.
Yeah.
You're at school here in London, and now you're like, oh, I'm just going to be in the biggest film in the world. But take me back to when you started. When you got there. How did you prepare?
well, I didn't prepare. I sort of went and did it. Throughout the film, really, I never prepared for, never pre-acted and then went and acted it out. It was more natural, because I think that when you do it instantly, it's real, rather than sitting there saying, oh, he's has to blink here and then move out there. You just go and do it.
So how did you sell yourself to Mike Newell? How did he know that you were the right guy to play Victor?
Well, I'm not sure because, for the auditions I wasn't preparing as well. And, when I went to meet Mike Newell, I was, I thought, okay, let's be a bit more serious and, be, less smiling and making jokes. But once I got in, he made me feel extremely comfortable, so I became myself again. So I was like, haha, everything just like always. And I think that probably impressed him, that I was myself rather than, preparing anything.
Now, had you read the books? Were you a fan of of Harry Potter at all?
Well, I hadn't read the books and I hadn't seen the films, but once I got the part, I read, the fourth book was the first thing I did. And then I read the others and saw the films as well.
So what do you think? Are you now, like, a true fan?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, tell me a little bit about when you guys got to the set, and here you are, you're meeting Dan Radcliffe and Emma Watson and Rupert, and these guys, this is their fourth film. They're veterans. They know what to do. How did they make you guys feel comfortable?
Well, we were extremely warmly welcomed from the very first day, and I think it was 2 weeks we had, just interacting with each other, games and running about, and just lots of stuff together. So we got to know each other really, really well, very fast. So we were really comfortable on set, and it was more like, let's go and play a game, and being all together was the best thing that could happen.
What impressed you most once you started working with Daniel Radcliffe? What really impressed you about him?
Well, he's a great professional, so I wasn't surprised by his acting skills. I was more surprised by his speedy life. He's like studying, and then he would run onto set, do whatever, and then disappear again, and then come after that, and constantly moving. So that was a surprise.
Now, he's known to be quite a prankster. I know he's pulled pranks on every single set. Did he do anything on this one?
Well, this one was, I think, one of the more friendly, films. So I don't, there weren't really pranks.
Oh, well, that's good. Maybe he's growing up.
Well.
Tell me a little bit about working with Emma. I mean, what a joy it must have been to work with her.
Well, it was absolutely fantastic. She's a great professional, just like everyone else is, and we are great friends, and working with a friend, constant jokes and inventing things together, it's so amazing.
Yeah, I would think that this had to have been pretty challenging in terms of the physical stuff that was required. But the one scene in terms of the Tri-Wizard Cup that you guys the challenges that you were going through, that water scene. Tell me a little bit about that. Were you a swimmer before? How did you prepare for that?
Well, I was a swimmer, but I was sort of fearing deep waters, and we had to go 30 feet down, which is a lot, and that was scary at first, but then once we got professional training, and we got used to the water, and I became sort of a fish, and it was really challenging, and right, doing it very first thing in the morning, The ones you're sleeping in the car, and then you have to go in the tank, and you're like, wow, going underwater and then doing all the physical stuff, swimming around, and because you don't actually see, it's only a meter, so you sort of imagining your way where you're going, and it was physical, but it was great.
Pretty hard, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Now, what about working with special effects? Was that something that kind of surprised you? Was that easy for you? Hard to use your imagination? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my imagination is quite broad, so I think it's good when you can imagine things yourself because you see them your way. There are lots of other people who are going to see it in different ways. So there are different points of view on what you do, rather than a thing being there and you say hello, rather than wow, what is this? So I think that was good.
Did you find that the other actors helped you guys in terms of, like, did Daniel give you any tips or any types of advice at all in terms of what to do? Or
yeah, definitely. There were lots of scenes when we were discussing together and giving each other ideas of how to do things and what to do and where to look, and even during filming we would just look at each other and go, come on.
Yeah. One of the most spectacular scenes in this movie by far is the Yule Ball. I want to talk about that. Oh, it's stunning. Have you ever been to a prom or anything like that in your life?
Well, I don't think I've been to something like that.
What was it like shooting that scene? I mean, getting all dressed up, and just tell me a little bit about the atmosphere.
It was right before Christmas, so it sort of got us into the celebration mood, and it was amazing. It was really cold outside, and the Great Hall was all silver and icy, and there was ice all over the place and snow and everything. So the day before I'd been to the Great Hall, and it was the old normal Great Hall, and then the next day was all wow. It was so many people, it was packed, and the music, and everyone dancing about, and it was spectacular, amazing.
Something you can't relive, I'm sure.
Yeah, you have to just be there and see it.
Yeah, and tell me about your first reaction when you saw Emma coming down those stairs.
Well, the reaction in the film is completely natural, and I don't know, it was, I was prepared to, expect, a beautiful young lady coming down the stairs. But then when you actually see it real life, you're like, wow.
This, as we were saying, I mean, this is the hugest, everybody in the world, there's probably nobody in this entire planet who doesn't, in one country or another hasn't seen Harry Potter. Is this daunting for you? Is this phasing in? Are you starting to think about, oh my goodness, I'm in a huge, huge film, and you're going to be a big star possibly after this?
Hopefully. Well, I know that Harry Potter is, worldwide, and it has a massive, a huge fan base. So, but I don't think you can really be prepared. Whatever you do, you can't be prepared for, the world, looking at you. So, I guess you just have to go into it.
Now, I understand you're the pride of Bulgaria. How is your family and friends feeling about all this?
Everyone is extremely happy, and, they actually, they get quite annoying at times. They're like, oh my God, I just saw an advert of you. Oh, there is a picture. Oh, look at this, look at that.
But your parents have to be very proud.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, they should be.
I've got a little sister. Well, she's not that little now, but, she was, wow, she took a newspaper directly into her school and said, this is my brother. So, you can imagine.
Yeah, well, you know what? You deserve it. You did a great job.
Yeah,
and
you.
Best of luck with this.
Thank you very much.
It's a wonderful, wonderful movie. Lovely to talk to you. Thanks.